Hello and welcome to the 3 Stitches Short Stitching Tendency podcast. Today is July the 1st, 2022, and this is episode 5. I am so excited and thankful to the people who watch the podcast and have subscribed, so thank you all so much. Little bit of news. So I have figured out the subtitles, as you can see on my last episode. I think I did a pretty decent job with the editing. I'm very excited about that. My website and my shop are still at a impasse. I'm waiting on some wholesale stuff to come through so I can get it listed. I'm working on making a few more things to get those listed. So that is still happening. It's just happening a little slower than I thought it would. Alright, so that is that. We're gonna go ahead and just jump right on into this and start with F.O.s. So this one is a start finish F.O. You guys have never seen this unless you follow my Instagram. Hey, by the way, follow my Instagram, link down below. But this is a hat. It's just a very basic hat, but I do really like it. It's part gonna be either for my Yule pile or my donation pile. It's a bit big for me, which means it's a bit big for everyone in my house. But this is the Wanderer acrylic yarn from FOScrochet.com in the colorway Dragon Fruit. It is 100% acrylic. I'll be honest, I've been sitting on this for a hot minute. I got it last Pride when they were selling when they had like first released the Pride hooks. I got it, and I got it in my order, and it's okay. To be honest, it's probably not something I'll buy again. I bought 3 skeins of it, and you'll see another one here, but every single one has multiple areas that are just not the best quality. And like you can see, kind of like this little spot right here. There's nothing technically wrong with the stitch, it's just that the wool in that stitch was not as appropriately spun. And this skein had several areas that were like that. I mean, once it's all knit up, you can barely tell, but while I was working on it, that was something that like was constantly kind of like messing with me and the way I felt about the project as a whole. So I mean, it's done, it's used. This will go in my gift pile to either give to somebody in the family for Yule or to donate. Either way, it's that. I did use the Barley Hat pattern by Tincan Knits. Minor alterations is I did a 2x2 ribbing, and I omitted the there's usually like a garter section on the front of the hat, and I just omitted that so it would be straight vanilla knitting for me. But that's it. Second finished item. So excited. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague. I did the adult medium on 3.5 millimeter needles. It fits absolutely lovely. The wool is from LoloDidIt, and it's called I Have a Bad Feeling About This. It was the May Star Wars Club wool, and I really can't tell which side is which, but either way, I was like pretty much right in the middle last time I showed this. And so I finished it up. This has actually been done for a pretty hot minute. I finished it, I think, later that day after I recorded. So there is that. And this one is a gift knit with a purpose. This is going to be going to my favorite cousin of my husband's, who likes the color orange. So super excited about this. This is so lovely. The only modification, accidental customization, is that there's like one repeat, one increase missing from both sides. Honestly, I forgot about it on the first side, so I just omitted it from the second side, but other than that, it's almost exactly the pattern. And it's gorgeous. I'll be casting on one, maybe even two more of these. So, God, I feel like I'm blowing through that. Alright, so the third and final finished object this time is, look at that! I am so stoked about this. This is my Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts, and the colorway is Prancing Peacocks from Tina's Twisted Fibers, and I absolutely love it. I have not blocked it yet, so it's kind of still a little curly at the bottom, but it's been sitting folded for about a week or so, and it's just so gorgeous. I think I'm going to be wearing it to the family 4th of July thing that we go to every year, which will be Monday, so I'm going to have to wash it, maybe block it, might post some pictures of it. But yeah, I am so stoked and excited about this. So I initially bought 3 skeins of wool for it, and then I was like really concerned that it wasn't going to be enough, and so I bought a 4th skein. But then I was also like, maybe I do want to stripe it, so I bought some wool to stripe it with. So I had like 6 skeins of wool for this, and at the end of it, I literally only used the original 3 that I thought I would. I did, what's it called? Helical. I knitted helically for the majority of the body. This little stitch marker from 3 by the Sea Designs is where I was when last I showed it. So I finished the body. I did the I-cord bind off. I did a little wrong. It's a little weird, but who cares? This is my first wearable item, and it fits, which is a miracle on its own. So, yeah, let me grab that. Okay. I absolutely love this. Look how cute this is. Oh. This was in the March Yarnable box, and I absolutely love it. Alright, so here's the back. Here's the front. So I did the 52-inch size, and I did it on the recommended 3.75 needles. However, my gauge was a little smaller, So it came out to be like 49 inches, 48 or 49 inches is the actual bust size that I achieved, which I only have a 45-inch bust, so it still fits just fine. The only thing I think I would maybe do is maybe like bring it in the back and on the sides a little bit, just so that it's not so boxy. But I do like it, so I probably will do another one or two, who knows. But yeah, so that is all of my F.O.s. I am drinking an iced vodka and Gatorade. Hydrate while you dehydrate, I guess. Alright, so on to my WIPs. I'll start with my nearly dones. Boom. I have two little sockies. I'm feeling like the second one's a little bit bigger. I think my gauge kind of like changed like halfway through it. It's fine. They're gonna block out the same. It's not gonna be a big deal. All I have to do is the heels. I'll probably do that tonight before I go to bed. Start the month off strong. I am using 2.5. I think in my last video I made a mistake and said 2.25. But no, I am using 2.5 9-inch circular needles for these. And then when it comes to heels and toes, I do switch to I think it's a 32-inch interchangeable set. So there's that. I am using a HappyMermaid Yarn Co skein of their MCN High Twist, and this is Grape Fest. So far, this is what I have left. And yeah. So I finished another sock. I just have to do the heels on the pair and then they will be finished. So that's great. These are 2x2 rib for 15 inches. They are 50 row legs, 60 row feet. I'll be doing a cut and heel on these. Did I say they're 64 stitches? They're 64. I swear it's not the vodka. They are 64 stitches. And they are living in this cute little NicNacKnits owl wool holder. It's not quite like a project bag, it's more like a single skein holder. I think like if you're using multiple skeins in a project, you could put like each one in one of these little buckets and it would hold it just fine. So, alright. WIP number 2 is my painting Honeycombs. And I love it even more. There it is. Okay, so it's been a little bit more than 2 weeks, but I only got about a week's worth of stitching in on here. I kind of lost my mojo the last couple, like the last week or so. I finished my rocket tee and I kind of just like fizzled for a minute. But I'm kind of like getting back into it now that I've got my next couple projects lined up. But this, let me see if this is where I was last time. So I did do another 7 repeats. The main color is Coal Miner's Daughter. I have notes in front of me. I read the notes and I still couldn't think. Wow. Okay. So the main color is Coal Miner's Daughter. It is a gray tonal from LoloDidIt. It is one of my favorites. I do a lot with this color. And then the stripes are the Mythology Halloween Advent from Hoard Yarns that she did last year. And I am absolutely loving it. So I did 1 through 31. I'm pretty sure it's this one. 1 through 31, and then I'm going back and counting back down. I've got 16 sections left, and then the bind off. So it shouldn't take me very long to finish. I'm hoping to actually finish it this month. I'm really hoping to finish it before the next podcast, because this is another one. It's been on my needle since November, but realistically, I started it, I got like 8 repeats done, and then it went on timeout because I just was super pregnant and super overwhelmed. This one is living in my Warpy bag from Knit for Brains. It's got little pieces of wool. And this is all I have left of the first skein of the body. So that's kind of cool. I was starting to wonder, like, when am I going to get to the second skein? Because it calls for 2 skeins, and I'm like more than halfway done. But I think it's just going to be like a very little part of the second skein that's used. So I did go ahead and wind up my second skein. I've got it living in my Prancing Peacocks wool condom that I made. And yeah, I think that's all there is about this one. I don't know, did I say Painting Honeycombs by Stephen West, and I am doing the 3.75 millimeter needles. So, all right. And WIP number 3. This is a WIP that's being taken out of timeout, and I'm gonna focus on and attempt to finish it this month. And this is living in my Stitching the High Notes bag. Oh wow, there's some wool there. This is living in the Stitching the High Notes bag, and this is my this is my Painting Wave shawl. This is about how far I had got on my Painting Honeycombs before I got put in timeout, and I started them both at the same time, so last November. The gray color that you see is Emma's Yarns in the color Grayscale, and this is an 80/20. Very pretty. And the very vibrant colors you see are Trilogy Yarns Practical Magic Advent from last year. And I'm pretty much just going to repeat and follow the repeat until I'm practically out of wool, just because I don't really want any leftovers, and the goal of this is to just use up as much of the wool as I can. So yeah, let me see. Oh, you know what, that way I don't get confuzzled, just gonna take my little stitch marker and move it up so we have a pretty good idea of where we're starting this week. My goal for this is going to be 2 repeats per day. I have the primary piece in here, and then in my WIP bucket I have a smaller bucket that has all of the colors in there. And they are in, if you're holding it this way, they are in order, 1 through 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, and so forth. There are 14 colors total, and I'm just gonna go in stripes, so 1 through 14, 1 through 14, and repeating in that fashion until I'm completely out. So yeah, that is the focused WIP of this month. Okay. Anything else? I did a little bit on this, so I will go ahead and show it. This is another Knit for Brains bag. This is my Harry Potter bag. Only one side has the characters, but I do love this bag. And in it are my Harpy Socks. Now I have decided what I'm going to do. For those who've been following, you know, but I'll repeat for those who don't. I love these socks, and they are Harpy by LoloDidIt, part of her Halloween collection. And what is this called? Wonderland Heather, for the blue cuff. And I recently discovered that my pregnant feet are a different size than my non-pregnant feet, and so these are going to be too loose for me now. And so I did do a little bit. I did like this much. But what I decided to do is finish the purple socks first. That way I can use that purple wool for heels and toes on this, and then I can give these to my mom while I work on figuring out a sock recipe that will fit me much better. So I did a little bit of this while waiting for the doctor one day, but other than that, it's not gotten much love. It's fine. Let's see, I think that's all of my WIPs that I've actually done stuff with. So, yay! Alright. So let's go into July's knitting plans. Okay, so July's knitting plans, let's review June's knitting plans for sure. Okay, so my toddler spilled some water on my page, sorry, but this was my June's knitting plans. These were all the WIPs that I was like wanting to focus on, and then the 2 cast on items I wanted to get to. And then these are my finishes. So I did not get everything done this month that I wanted to get done. I didn't work on everything, but I mean, realistically, that one's done, that one's done. This one's almost done, and I added another week's worth because of how I wanted the repeats to lay. I added another week's worth of stitching on this one, so I'm not surprised that this one's not done. I didn't touch this, not once. I wove in some ends for the color work, but that's it. This one I had some decisions to make about it. And this one, I've just got the heels left, so I'm pretty close to finishing this. I would say on my WIPs list, I'm pretty happy. I've got a bad feeling hat. That's done. That's great. And then I couldn't start Harpy 2 until I get purple and then Harpy 1 done. So like all of the 3 socks on my list for June were kind of like I've got to make some decisions. And so I think it's completely reasonable that those did not get done. However, I mean, I did my finishes. I've got 5 finishes. I did the Love Beyond Time shawl. I did a couple washcloths. I did the, I'm trying to read this backwards, sorry. The Bad Feeling hat, the rocket tee, and then that sporadic barley hat. Like, those are all finishes. I completed 5 objects in 5 weeks. That's a lot of stitching, so I'm still pretty happy about that. Let's see, everything got done according to my plan except for the honeycomb. And I think what happened was after I finished the rocket tee, I kind of fizzled. And I knew I was going to need to wind my second skein for the honeycomb shawl, so I kind of just let that go. I know, I think I did like 1 repeat on it, if that. It's fine. It's fine. And then maintenance, the Game Boy blanket, didn't touch it. I literally, I just didn't touch it. I made some funny videos with it to poke fun at the fact that my husband's been asking for this blanket for like 3 years, and it's probably the WIP I will never finish. But he gave me a little bit of a hard line. He's like, I better not see you working on any other blanket until that one's done. So I'm like, that's fine. I've got like 5 sweaters in the works. It's fine. I don't need to work on blankets. It's summer anyway. And he just looked at me, he was like, for reals? It's fine. It's fine. All right. So, my socks, I don't really count socks as like what I need to list for working on. Those kind of just happen for me. So in my July knitting plans, I did not put any socks. For my WIPs, I am putting the Game Boy blanket at the top of my list. And then I've got my painting waves, and I just added my painting honeycombs because I thought I'd be done with painting honeycombs, but I'm not, so I am adding it to July to finally finish getting it done. For cast-ons, I have my love notes, and I reviewed the pattern, and I don't know what I was on the day that I ordered the wool from Nancy, but I thought the pattern would have needed like 5 skeins of wool, so I ordered 6. Nope, I only need about 4 for my size, and I intend to wear this sweater with a lot of my maxi dresses, which are Empire width, so I definitely, for once, I'm actually going to purposefully make a cropped item. Excuse me. So I am going to be following pattern and making the crop version, so I know I only need about 4 skeins, so I have 2 extra skeins. What do I do with them? I don't know. Oh, you know what? This was another F.O. as well. When I was winding up my wool for the love note, I did make matching, there we go. I made matching wool koozies, wool condoms. So, yeah. That's a surprise finish, because I totally forgot I did that until I'm sitting here staring at my future cast-ons. But look at that color. I absolutely love this. And yes, I'm holding it here a lot longer, so maybe this will become my pin shot, snapshot thingy that YouTube puts as like the cover of the video. But yeah, so I have these 4 already caked up and ready to go for my love note. And I think what I'm probably going to do is I'll use one skein for the yoke, and then when I get like a few rows away from separating for sleeves, that's when I will start doing the helical, so that it blends into the skein that I used for the body. And then I will use, you know, like, I will like blend two skeins together. Sorry, I couldn't think. I will blend two skeins together for the sleeves. Now, because of where I am, yes, I am using the crop version, because of the fact I intend to wear this a lot with my maxi dresses. But I'm in Northeast Ohio. It rains a lot. It's cold a lot. So I am going to do 3/4, maybe full length sleeves on this. So the sleeves will probably actually be the majority of the actual work. We'll see. But Nancy from Trilogy Yarn was lovely enough to dye me up a sweater's quantity of the MCN DK in Till We Meet Again, which is one of the colors that I had in stash that I used for my shawlography. Oh, maybe I can make a mini love note. I might make a mini love note. That way me and Lilith can have matching love notes. I might do that. Okay, I'm gonna make a little note here. I am so sorry if you can hear her. I think it's bath time, and like the bathroom is like right at the foot of the steps, and my bedroom doesn't actually have a door on it because it's really just an attic, so I can hear anything going on in that bathroom. Okay, I got my note there, so that's good. All right, so cast on number 2 for this month is going to be my It's a Trap hat. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So this, personal issues, but the It's a Trap hat is definitely going to be a little bit more theme appropriate than I initially thought. But this is going to be probably another Musselburgh that I'm gonna knit for a family member for Yule. It's also in one of my wool condoms. I made this one a minute ago when I was testing out some condom patterns. But I love it. Like, this is my favorite fabric. I might go back to the quilt shop that I got it from and see if they have any more of this, because I think I want to make another like 6 in this fabric for myself, because I'm selfish. I totally am. But there's the It's a Trap hat, and that's gonna happen. And then there is the Blue Raspberry. Oh my god, that's so bright. Oh, I love it. So this, oh, you know what? So It's a Trap was the June wool from the Star Wars collection by LoloDidIt. And then this is the Raspberry by the Moonlight Studios. This is very, very special because she custom dyed this for me after I I felt bad. I didn't have a gift for a white elephant that the family does every Christmas, and so I gave a hat that I had made for myself, and then I really regretted that decision because I really wanted that hat. So Brittany with by the Moonlight Studios dyed me another one, and I'm so thankful for that. God, that sounds really bitchy. Like, I regretted giving it a gift. It was a white elephant. I had already gotten all the gifts for everybody. This was just an extra white elephant type thing that the adults do for funsies. I did not need to do this, but I wanted to. I got a really cool hot chocolate thing and some Target monies in exchange. Like, that's what I got out of the exchange. So by no means do I regret giving the gift, and the person who got it in that white elephant absolutely loved it. But I had made that hat for me, and it was special to me, and I hadn't even gotten to wear it, which is why I really want to make another one. So this one is most definitely going to be a Musselburgh. It is most definitely going to be for me, and that's not going anywhere this time because I love it that much. All right, and then I have this one. So this is also a Wander acrylic from F.O.s, and this is the colorway Surf. And where the other one had lots of areas that just were not very well spun, this one had several knots in it, in addition to having those areas that are not very well spun. So I think I'm going to make a cowl with this, just a very basic, just a very basic cowl with this, and it'll go into the in the gift pile. And then this one, oh, I love this one. This is, and this is not officially on the cast on list for this month. So I only have 3 things on the cast on list for this month. And that's the Love Note, the It's a Trap, and Blue Raspberry. These are 2 other skeins that were lying around that are worsted weight, and I'm like, yeah, let's see if we can clear these out. So if I get these worked on and I get them knit up, that's fine. This is just going to be a very basic cowl, and it's got 2 knots in it. So I don't know if I'm going to crochet or if I'm going to knit. I don't know what pattern I'm going to do or anything. I might use it as a way to continue testing one of my own patterns that I have that's going to be coming out, just to give it, you know, another worsted work through. And then this is going to be a Yule gift for my mom, and this is Harvest. No, it is Earth. This is Earth Yarns. The Harvest is the line of wool, Harvest worsted, and the colorway is Blueberry. I'm pretty sure that it's called Blueberry because they dyed it with actual blueberries, because this is like the naturally plant dyed wools. So super excited about this. This is definitely going to be a Yule gift for my mom this year. It's definitely going to be a cowl, I think. I just don't know, again, what I'm actually going to do with it. She really likes the knits, so I think I'm probably going to knit something with it. We'll see. All right, so the plan for this month. We're going to copy for both of the hats I'm going to do. We're going to copy last month where I do the crown, the body, the crown. And then the Love Note, we're going to do the yoke, the body, and then a sleeve and a sleeve. So I'm only worrying about a small section of the project in a single week. Honeycombs, I've broken it down. We're gonna do 7 sections each week. That'll leave me with 2 sections in the last week and then the binding. And then for painting waves, I'm just gonna try to do 2 stripes a day every day. I think that's gonna be a lot more realistic and a lot easier because I don't think, yeah, there's only 4 rows in each color of each stripe. I think that's right. Yeah, that's gotta be right. There's only 4, yeah, there's 4 rows in each color before you switch colors. So it's only 8 rows per color, where the painting honey, or 8 rows per repeat, where the painting honeycombs was 10, and I was doing that pretty easily. Like I said, it would have been done if I hadn't just fizzled out, so I'm good with that. And then my maintenance knitting, well, maintenance stitching, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna do, can you guys even see that? Maybe. I'm gonna do 1 hour of the Game Boy blanket in the mornings. Now what does that mean? That means I actually have to wake up in the mornings. I'm very fortunate that I have very, very good children, even though they're not in school age. And I can normally get up at 6 with the baby, give her her bottle, change her butt, and Lilith will continue to sleep until about 10. And that's when we actually get up and get our day started. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm gonna start trying to get up at 6 and stay up, and once the baby has been fed and changed and is back to sleep, because she still sleeps most of the day, I'm gonna try to get like an hour of stitching done. We'll see how that goes. Let's see, I think that is it for my plan. So that is finished objects and WIPs and future cast-ons and knitting plans. We already talked about the channel and the shop and the website. Shop and website are a stay tuned type thing. I'm trying not to force anything on myself. There's going to be definitely a learning curve on that stuff. So, alright, so last we met, I announced a bit of a giveaway. I got myself a share a pair, and the giveaway is that I'm going to share a pair with one of you. In fact, there was only one person who even commented. So, Anvita Sana, I apologize if I just butchered your name. Thank you so much for joining in my little world and sharing your favorite summertime activities and memories. Reach out to me at 3stitchesshort@gmail.com, and I will get these out to you this week. I think that is it for that. Acquisitions. Okay, so not too much. I didn't go too crazy, I swear. I mean, it's a lot less than it looks, I promise. So Lauren with LoloDidIt is discontinuing her sparkle sock base. So I got a sweaters quantity, and I am gonna make a Christmas sweater. Yay! So I have, what is this? Ysolda? I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the red is Ysolda and the green is Sasana. And I am going to do my plan. Okay, so my plan is that I'm going to do the yoke and like to here on the sleeves in the red. And then I'm going to do a 2-color color work transition into the green. And so like the whole body is going to be green. Don't know what I'm doing yet with it. I have to look to see if I can find a pattern that is Christmassy but not too Christmassy and that works with red and green. I actually found an idea that I really love, but it's blue and white, and so I'm like, well, once this is done I might do a blue and gray one because it's snowflakes. Excuse me. Gotta love those lung cysts. Can never breathe. So I'm going to make a sweater, and it's literally gonna look like this, where like a little bit of red and then the majority of it's green. Gotta figure it out, but I love this. And I don't even think she discounted it. She's just like, I'm getting rid of this space. I'm like, bye. Oh goodness. Okay, so I ended up with 6 skeins of wool for the rocket tee, but I only used 2.5, 3-ish. So I took the other 3 back to my local store, and they gave me store credit, which I immediately spent, of course. So there's only one that is anything but Malabrigo Rios. I love Malabrigo Rios. It is my favorite worsted weight right now. And I'm just gonna make all the things with it. But my daughter went with me and she begged for rainbows. I'm gonna tell her no. Who's gonna tell a kid no to rainbows? So I got this beautiful rainbow. It's called Universal Yarn Deluxe Stripes. It is a worsted weight. It's 75 superwash wool and 25% nylon. It's a little rustic. She saw the colors and she loved it, and I know it's going to be fine once it's knit up and blocked and soaked in some conditioner. But I don't know what I'm actually going to make with it yet. Probably, she's still pretty small, so I think from a 50-gram skein I might be able to get like a hat and a cowl. And if I can, then that's what it's going to be. I'll probably start with the hat because the cowl can be a little bit more customizable for her, and she is just so small, it's not that big of a deal. But yes, she picked this one out. She also picked out these 3. Girl's got some good color eye. So these are gorgeous. Like I said, these are all Malabrigo Rios. We've got ivory, lettuce, and sunset. And then I picked out Comparsita. I don't think I said that right. Comparsita is this beautiful red, like deep burgundy, and I really think that that is gorgeous. So I might do something with that, or even like all 4 of them together. I think that would be gorgeous. Who knows? But what I mostly went in there for, and if I had just gotten what I got in there for, I would have only spent like 10-15 bucks. Like, I had a plan, but then I took the child and she had her own plan. So okay, but these are the last 5. These were the 5 I actually went in there and got. There is English Rose is the dark pink. Valentina is the light pinky purple. Cyan is the blue, and that's like a true cyan. It's reading a little darker on the screen. God, my pile is so big. And then Indicida. This was selfish. This one I totally got for me. This is totally my jam. Greens and blues and teals, like this is where it's at for me. So this is for me. That's Indicida. And then Almond Blossom is like this very pale light pink. So with what I bought and what I intended to buy, that was like 5 Yule gifts. What I ended up with was 8 Yule gifts. 9 and 10 if you count the rainbow for my daughter. Yeah, it's really not that bad. I can literally stitch like a skein of worsted in a day. So it's not that bad. It's fine. It's fine. I literally, so, and this is probably why I switched to fingering weight for most of my projects. This 100-gram skein of worsted wool, which is 120 yards, and these are okay, these are 210 yards, so these are a little bit more wool for the money, but it's still only 100 grams. So, but this literally only took me 4 or 5 hours to make the entire hat, cast on to bind off. I'm kind of a quick stitcher, so I could literally just do one of these a day and it'd be done in a week. Am I gonna do that? Heck no. I want this to last. Part of why I knit is for the therapy, because even with the expensive wools, it's cheaper than therapy. So no, I'm not going to knit them all up that fast, but I will be trying to work through them probably within this month and next month. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how those other projects, because I do need to, you know, game plan on those. So, all right. So that was acquisitions. I told you, it wasn't that bad this time. And it was all worsted except for this fingering weight. You know, when I put it like that, it seems a lot worse than it is. Alright, but that was my acquisitions. I'll just move that back over here. Reading and watching. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll release anyone here that is just here for the knitting. Have a good night. If you're here for other stuff, welcome. So reading and watching, so busy. I feel so bad. Like, I really want to read. I just don't have time. It's like you can stitch or you can read, and most of the time I'm like, I'm gonna stitch, like, and even then it's been more like, no, I'm gonna sleep lately. I need my energy back. But watching has been productive. So I'm up to date on just about all my podcasts. Knit All the Yarn, We Share Needles, Needles at the Ready, Love and Stitches, and The Crazy Sock Lady. those are the ones that I like keep up with regularly. And I am all caught up on everything there, so I'm very happy about that. MCU, we finished through Endgame, and so now there's like a few TV shows that we need to watch with that, and like a couple of like the new generation MCU movies. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's really it for reading and watching. Haven't been reading. I have another book, so I did just get a book from the library called Not the Witch You Wed. And it is a werewolf witch love story. And I am very excited to get into it. I just haven't yet. So probably will try to get into that this time around. Let's see. That's it. Less than an hour. That's crazy. Alright, well, that's it. So, love you. Bye.